Why hasn't someone been sent for me? In my testimony video, I said that Michelle was sent for me, and she was. Some may ask, why hasn't someone been sent for me? What I didn't tell you was after the experience in my kitchen, I could easily see the faces of everyone who had already been sent. It happened twice, but my human hardness kept my hope from turning to faith. The first time was my next door neighbor. His name was Jeff Gregory. He was an unassuming, genuinely nice guy and a gentle man who was married to a woman named Norma that he adored. He was a gifted athlete and played Division I tennis in college. He was a deacon at the local First Baptist church in town. He was about 50 when I moved in next door to him. He was very intelligent, but not mechanically inclined, so I would help him with maintenance on his boat, car repairs, etc. And eventually he asked me to teach him to play golf. I agreed, and we went to the driving range together a few times and then eventually to the course to play. He was naturally gifted and very good. There was only one problem. He would ride with me to the course, and on the way, he would talk about the Exalted One and ask me if I believe. He invited me to church several times. I would brush him off as quickly as possible, and this went on for weeks, maybe months. After a while, I told him he would have to find another ride or another subject. I was at the point in my life where my brother James had just gone back to prison, and I wasn't feeling any hope. The second time it happened, it was only a couple months later. I was sitting in a local car repair shop to get my alternator fixed, and after about 20 minutes of waiting, this huge guy walked in from the back, covered in sweat and grease, but he was smiling from ear to ear and singing a little tune. I was as sad at the time as a person could be, yet here was this guy covered in grease and sweat, smiling and singing. I left wondering what he could be so happy about. 2 days later, my daughter came to me and told me my oldest brother Aaron had molested her. I was crushed, of course. The next day I was driving by myself, and all I could see was the face in that guy in the shop, smiling, covered in grease. I decided to go speak to him. I introduced myself and told him I'd seen him smiling, covered in grease a few days before, and I wanted to know why he seemed so happy. He told me about his love for God and how happy he was to have his love. I told him how sad I was, and I told him about what had happened with my daughter. He stopped what he was doing immediately, took me to a small office, and he prayed for me. He said he loved me and that he knew God loved me. He prayed for me to hear God's call. His name was Sid Sisson. I left there feeling slightly better than when I arrived. He truly had a different kind of presence. I didn't hear anything that changed me, but I did feel a spark of some kind. When I got home, I told my ex-wife about the experience, and her exact words were, "If you start going to church and getting wrapped up in God, I don't think we'll have anything left in common." The hardness of the earth wins again. Jeff died before I got the chance to tell him about what happened in my kitchen, but he knows, I'm sure. About 6 years ago, I drove my mother to Bible study at the local First Baptist church where Jeff had been a deacon, and I sat with her. I sat between my mother and Jeff's widow, Norma, and I told Norma this story. It was a blessed day. I finally ran into Sid about a year later at the gym. I reminded him about the day in his office, and he remembered. I told him about the day in my kitchen and my faith, and he rejoiced. I told him it took 15 years, but the blessed light had finally answered his prayer for me. He took my hand and prayed, thanking God for the love that had finally found me. Someone had been sent for me twice. I was stuck in the human hardness of this earth and couldn't be set free in the way that he wanted. I'm blessed he sent someone a third time. Pay attention to detail. Are you sure someone hasn't been sent for you? If you like what was said here, please share widely. God bless you all.